What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get into the story. I want to talk about voting in the Aboriginal American community. We hear it all the time. The midterms are coming up, so it seems like the Democrats keep throwing these carrots out, more and more carrots, and then you see they getting kind of desperate with some of the things they're saying, like I said, my brother got shot up in Akron, Ohio. The police got shot like 60 times up there in Ohio. They did rallies, and had the people out there, throwing speeches out, and trying to, rally people. But it seems like the only thing they're trying to do is rally. So with all that, they somehow fit in a narrative to rally black men to vote. They're talking about that we need to vote because we're the lowest voting sector. We're actually just the lowest voting, probably Democratic. They said we get out there and vote, like voting is going to stop police from shooting us. Something my dad told me before. It's fun. They try to say how so racist in the South. You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievably racist in the South. But yet, it seems like a lot of these racial attacks and things, it's like they're happening more north of the Mason-Dixon line. I mean, maybe I'm just wrong. It just seems like this is what I see. I don't see a whole lot of stuff like this violence. I don't think the folks up north really know how to be racist like they do down. I don't think like they do down here. I don't think they figured it out. I think it took a while for the South to get it, so now they just know how to do it. So they'll train with some trainers taught us real well how to act. I think up north they're probably trying to get their colors up there. They act like the colors down here. I don't know. But anyway, the story I want to get to, like I say, is about voting, man. And my thing is, what exactly is voting going to get us? I mean, I would like for you guys to explain it to me. I'm not saying I will or won't vote, but I want to know what is the purpose, what are the benefits of actually, voting in any election, especially for Democrats. Because, they haven't really done nothing for us. To tell the truth. I don't want to talk about how racist Trump was and whether he was or wasn't. Trump was an equal opportunity racist, if that's what you want to call it. He looked out for everybody and he crapped out on everybody. Simple as that. But the Democrat is the scene, at the helm with Joe Biden at the helm. He ain't trying to do nothing for us. You got black people who sit there and say that, you can't ask for nothing just for black people because it'll make some people mad. Like, who cares? So when you hear that, you know everybody's mind's at. Everybody being brainwashed. It's all about, keeping their political power. Job, And so, it is what it is. Like I said, it was it's rap that up here talking about black men need to vote. I don't know who she was, what her name is. People like that, I don't have to sit there and study and memorize them, but because I believe when you get them, you're gonna get get one chance to make a first impression, and if you say something, throw it off, or something that just doesn't fit my narrative. You don't say anything that can benefit me. I really ain't listening to you much. But like I said, she got up there and talking about how bad the shooting of Jayden Walker was, but like I said, she's doing that vote part. And I can say, my question is, what is a vote really gonna do for us? How does it benefit us? To me, I think why vote? Because I believe they, number one, they take us as a joke anyway. Did you see this senator from Rhode Island? What's her name? Tierra Mack, where she is on the side of the road or in the beach or something like that, and starts twerking and then says, you know, vote for Mac or something like that. Vote Senator Mac. It's the most, man, it's the greatest. It shows, but I mean, think about it. What was it when Biden was running for president? Take your booties to the poll. You got the Carter B. He want to talk to Carter B. He's not talking to Ice Cube, somebody who's radical, political since day one, for the people since day one. He ain't talking. He won't talk to that brother, but you know, ain't nobody trying to talk to Farrakhan or anybody in the Nation of Islam. But they'll talk to rappers who ain't really about the people. And then you got this lady, State Senator Tierra Mack. And I'm read a little bit from his root, like I said, show you how thrown off this is. It says she's under fire for one of her latest posts on TikTok. In a short video, Mack, who is a Democrat representing District 6 in Rhode Island, can be seen in a bikini twerking upside down. It's a terrible video. It said her video, which has remained on her account, is captioned "A Promise and a Thirst Trap at Blackout Island." She ends it by saying, "Vote Senator Mack." So they call it a thirst trap. Like I said, I wasn't really impressed with it. You know, but I don't think she did it for me though, because she, he's for LGBT, so that's okay. The clip immediately sparked outrage on onlookers planning to respectability politics. Quote, "I don't ever want to hear you complain about how women are respected in this country," after posting one comment and remark. I agree with that. Y'all were talking about you on protection. You know what I'm saying? The black man need to protect the black woman. He's the most unprotected, you know what I'm saying, person, people in this world. And then you do stuff like this. Like, nobody takes you seriously. Nobody takes you seriously. But then she posts, "So can the media also cover when I won a national championship in May and named MVP of the match?" I don't know what this is. Was it soccer? I don't know. But why are you comparing one thing to another? It's like saying, it's kind of like saying somebody who, let's just say, sells dope in the community, but then for Thanksgiving hand out turkey, or maybe going down the street and playing loud music, or got a bunch of women on the side, and like I say, 10 baby mamas, but yet, like I say, they sell turkeys or take their grandmother to church on Sunday. One doesn't wash it up. Like, just because you play soccer don't mean that you get the right, or you should want to get in front of everybody and twerk for the world to see for votes. Mac replied, "Honey, baby, this ain't it. Because I have an Ivy League degree and I'm a sitting state senator." So that shows you right there that even with school sense, a lot of people don't have common sense. You kind of wonder why a lot of men say they don't really want a woman who has a college degree out there trying to do big things, try to act like they smart, this and that third, because stuff like this. But she'll make it to where people will say, all black women, you're making all black women look bad. This is why people don't take black women seriously like that. But that's just what the narrative is going to be, unfortunately. And she doesn't realize, well, maybe she doesn't care, but she don't realize that you shouldn't do stuff like this. That you really shouldn't put this out there, because yes, it's going to be negative. If you're a politician, then you should be politicking. Maybe she ain't got enough money to fund the campaign, so maybe that's why she did it. Say, it's not about what I'm wearing, it's not about what I'm doing. They won't respect me regardless. How do you know? I don't even know who you are. So the first thing the whole world sees is you twerking upside down. No, they're not going to respect you. It said, then Root, which is, I guess, a liberal publication, said, conservatives could not wait to pounce on Mac shortly after the video was posted. Tierra Mack has just disgraced herself and disgraced every black woman running for public office. I won't go that far to say every black woman. She disgraced herself. Stuff like that, you got to kind of separate yourself from people who do that kind of stuff. Like I was saying, if somebody do something bad in the community, hurt the community, harm the community, there's no need for you to be associated with that. Renowned white supremacist Tucker Carlson played the clip on the show using it to mock not only black people but the Democratic Party as a whole. Well, that's just how politics goes. Y'all do the same thing to Republicans. So, I mean, let's say two wings on the same bird. Come on now. Quote, you have to wonder why it's left to this show of all places to announce the rising star, the next rising star in the Democratic Party. Carter said before playing the video of Mac. The senator took to Twitter to express how the media unfairly chose what to cover when it comes to her career. Well, you know that's what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, I mean, that's what all y'all, that's what everybody. Nobody is going to promote positivity before they promote a story. Sensational. Before they promote sensationalized entertainment. And you know, sex and murder sells. So if you out there in a bikini, you know, trying to look all toned up, and then you get them trying to dance and twerk like you're in a strip club, of course people are going to say something about it. That's just life. So don't sit there and try to play the victim when you knew what you was getting into. Like I tell people, that's the life you chose, man. Quote, so can the media also cover when I won a national championship in May and they MVP of the match? Can the media also cover the 10 plus bills I have sponsored that the RI Senate never scheduled for a hearing? Can the media cover any policy wins had by the youngest black state senator in Rhode Island? As a black queer woman, you all should know the answer. It's no. Let them carry on their narrative. Me, I'm going to be joyful, free, and unbothered. So basically, she wants praise for doing her job, right? She wants praise for getting bills signed, which I think a lot of them was for the LGBT community, for doing her job. You know, that's like, I mean, you ain't like a firefighter who go and rescue people out of fires. You know, I mean, something like that. You know, you should be praised for, or a surgeon who, you know, does life-saving surgery, you know, emergency surgery, you know, or the kind of risque type operations or procedures, and end up saving somebody's life. Yeah, stuff like that, you get praised for. You know, but when you in politics and your job is to make sure you take care of the people and to make sure, you know, people do right. I mean, most jobs and most things you do, you won't get praised for it. And that's where, you know, a lot of people say, man, I do this, that, and the third, and I don't never hear from him. But if I do one thing wrong, here you come. You know what I'm saying? Can't shut your mouth. But anyway, like I said, it is degrading. This is something that I wouldn't vote for. When she say she won by like 60%, she got like 60% of the vote. I mean, how many people in the state? 60? But or in her district or whatever. But it's like I'm saying, that is an instance that how they take it as a joke. So again, why vote when this type of person don't come in? You don't want people. To me, I don't want nobody to represent me doing no mess like that. It's just, you gotta draw the line somewhere. You just can't, you know, cross over to that. Because Jesus said, next thing you know, there are going to be people who are probably, you know, strippers or, you know, porn stars or whatever the case may be, you know, streetwalkers, and they're going to be running for these, you know, these public offices. And not going to really understand politics, but think they're going to get in because, hell, she can twerk, I can too, you know? So that's why you got to be careful who you let in, because you don't want to open the floodgates. There's a lot of things going on in the world that should have been stopped years ago. That brings me to the second story, to my last story, about, you know, what are we doing? You know, what's the purpose of voting? Tell me, how does it benefit you? Because I don't see how voting for that lady gonna benefit me. If I was glad or not. But then the second part and the major part is I was saying, like, maybe she's twerking because she don't have enough money in her campaign to enough money in her budget to run a top-notch campaign. So she did that, you know, for the clickbait raise money like that. Then we're going to come all the way down here to Texas. And this story is on newsbreak.com. And here's where the rubber meets the road when it comes to voting. Because, truthfully, man, if you ain't got the money behind your campaign, or if you ain't putting money behind the campaign, you ain't got to worry about your vote. Because it really ain't going to count. People say your voting count, voting don't count. Now when you playing money like this, it don't. So this story said, come out, newsbreak.com, and it says, see what billionaires are in Texas Governor Abbott's pocket. Now, living down here, I hear a whole lot of people complaining about Abbott. About when it comes to border control, when it comes to deportation, gun laws, the power grid collapse, of freeze. We had a freeze last year. I mean, major stuff, and he gets dogged for it. But this dude is poised to win the governor's seat once again. And let's start reading. It says, political campaigns need money for marketing. In Texas, is no different, and some people go big when it comes to fundraising. Austin, Texas, Governor Greg Abbott has the second largest amount in donations for this year's election. He is behind Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis, who has raised $109 million. You know why these dudes get a lot of money? I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because they say what they want to say. They say how they feel. Don't care who like it, who don't like it, because they know everybody's not gonna like it. So who cares? I'm gonna stick to my voters. Say what they want to hear. You know, do for them, politic for them, and so I can get the votes and I can win. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat and say, well, maybe we'll talk to Ice Cube after the election. I can't talk now because I'm not in power and got so much stuff we're trying to do, and we can't just do it this once. We just can't do something specifically for Black Americans. But yeah, Donald Trump had no problem talking to Ice Cube, talking to Steve Harvey. Donald Trump talked to the HBCU presidents to put money in the schools. This guy wanted to do it, but he told you. He said, "Hey, vote for me. What do you got to lose? I mean, they ain't done nothing for you, so might as well vote for me. Try something new." And you know what? I understand his ideology completely. Because if I was voting, I probably would have voted for him too. I probably would have voted for him just for that. Because like, hey, what have they done for you? Ain't done a doggone thing. But the story continues. According to Ballytopia, Republican Governor Abbott has raised $65 million in his race against Democrat Beto O'Rourke, who raised $6.2 million. 65 versus 6.2. It's like what, 10 times as much? Yeah, Beto was going to sit down. Abbott is not new to this since he is following the same blueprint as his last election. In 2018 race against former Dallas Sheriff Lupe Valdez, Abbott raised $43.3 million in January that year. In 1 year, Valdez's campaign was much lower and only raised $608,000. Where's the competition? Brothers and sisters, who are you giving money to? Who are you doing? Are you just going and hollering and hoping, voting down Democrat just because that's the thing to do, and not putting in money in people's campaigns so you can't demand anything? You know, if you put money in campaigns, it goes a long way. Matter of fact, just listen to this here. Let's see, Greg Abbott has special interest backers. I have the people. That's what Valdez said. Well, people wasn't enough. That's what damn sure. Earlier this year, it was reported that Governor Abbott had several billionaires backing him. Forbes reported he raised $5.5 million from at least 17 billionaires and 3 spouses of billionaires. So billionaires and their wives or husbands giving Greg Abbott money. Again, how much money have you contributed to anyone's campaign? And if you ain't, those that you vote for, what have they done for you? Leave it in the comments. Several Texas Republicans with oil interests who supported former President Donald Trump in the 2020 election are throwing their support to Abbott. One of the top donors is Energy Transfer CEO Kelsey Warren, who gave $1 million to Abbott's campaign in June of 2021. During Trump's campaign, Warren spent more than $10 million. Again, my people, I'm gonna keep asking, how much money have you donated to anyone's campaign in order to get what you want? Because it's one of those, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's how politics works, people. Seriously. Then Warren's Energy Transfer co-founder Ray Davis gave $125,000 to Abbott. Anybody here gave $125,000 to anybody? Several other billionaires with oil and gas interests supporting Abbott include Nancy Kindler, the wife of Kindler Morgan co-founder Richard Kindler. Now you know, like I was saying about the power grid and how Greg Abbott wasn't trying to do too much for that power grid, or trying to hold too much of these electric companies, not holding them accountable for them price gouging when we had that freeze. And you see why. Also, Hill Corp co-founder Jeff Hill, the brand chief oil and gas founder, Trevor Reese Jones, Hunt Oil Air, Ray Lee Hunt, and Western Refining founder Paul Foster donated to Abbott's campaign. A spokesman for O'Rourke told Forbes in an email, Greg Abbott is bought and paid for by his billionaire donors. Yes, and he will win again. And on O'Rourke's campaign, they added, this is a grassroots campaign funded largely by the people of Texas, not the select few who know they can buy Abbott off. Who wouldn't do that? I mean, think of any kind of situation in the world to where if you can get what you want by handing out a little cash, you wouldn't do it. I guarantee you, Beto O'Rourke had donors in the oil and gas industry. I guarantee he'd take the money. I bet he wouldn't send it back. What you think? His largest billionaire donor is Margaret Birmingham Monroe, the widow of former presidential candidate H. Ross Perot Sr. Since November, Perot gave $25,000 to O'Rourke's campaign. However, her son, billionaire H. Ross Perot Jr., gave $500,000 to Abbott's campaign. So you got one man that gave 44, gave like 20% of your campaign? Like really? One man. Dallas billionaire money manager Ken Fisher made a contribution of $25,000 to Abbott's campaign. I don't know. He said gave them. Oh no! I read that wrong. Perot's wife gave $25,000 to O'Rourke, but then her son gave $500,000 to Abbott. Okay, so see, again, like I said, where's the competition? Like, where's the fairness in that? Where's the equality in that? Dallas billionaire money manager Ken Fisher made a contribution of $25,000 to Abbott's campaign, and then it says here are a list of other billionaires who contributed to Abbott. And it says there are 4 months left until election day in Texas. Abbott has a strong lead and plenty of money. Do you think elections should limit how much people can contribute to political campaigns? But the list, there go the billionaires that gave to Abbott. It says Ken Trout gave $1 million, Ray Lee and Nancy Hunt gave $500,000, Tillman Fertitta contributed $400,000, Dara Deason contributed $250,000, Paul Foster contributed $250,000, Drake McClain Jr. contributed $250,000, Robert Rowling, Stephen Wynn both contributed $250,000, Ray Davis contributed $125,000. I don't know these people. Gerald Ford, John Paul, DeJoria, and Trevor Reese Jones each gave $25,000. Christopher Kit Goldsberry contributed $1,000. So you got all these people, these few people giving all this money for this man's campaign, so this man, so he can once again become governor of Texas. And again, like I say, how much money have you given to anybody that you want to vote for? But anyway, leave your comments below. Tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments and share it with the world. And with that being said, keep voting if you want to. But like I say, I mean, me personally, I feel your vote don't count unless your pocketbooks make it count. But with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.